How are you 3 levels ahead of me?
Because I'm a baller. I'm a gamer.
Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube.
That's as good of an intro as any. We're locking it in.
Truthfully, it wasn't that bad. I have notes.
Are we going into spoiler territory here?
Absolutely, bro. Everybody's had at least a weekend, dog. And if you didn't see the movie, you're not gonna go see the movie. I'm sorry.
Sunday. Spoiler review. Throw up the alarms.
This movie would have been way better if it was a Hulk movie. I feel like they did Anthony Mackie dirty, and I love Anthony Mackie. I think he has probably been the most consistent side character in the MCU.
That's a real take, though, because honestly, like, one of the things I will say for sure is I did really like Anthony Mackie in the movie. You know, just how they're kind of steering him away from the whole Steve Rogers thing. For me, it was like the action sequences. I think the cooler they make this motherfucker look, the more he's like, he kind of stands on his own. Because that was like one of the main things I liked about the movie, too, was that like the action sequences kind of rocked.
The action sequences, truthfully, were the only thing that saved this movie for me, because he did get a lot of good action sequences, and I think it's cool, not to the point where it's like, oh my god, like this dude has literally everything for every situation, and we'll talk about it when we get to the Red Hulk stuff. But like in the beginning, you know, like he's got a lot of stuff that we've already seen. Like Red Wing is back, better than ever, fucking stupid little bird. You know, he's doing things, he's flying, the vibranium wings are blowing shit up too, you know, like homeboy's stacked out to really give him protection on, you know, the whole not taking the super soldier serum thing in a different way. Instead of how it's solidified, like for you, instead of it solidifying that he's a good Captain America, I think it just solidified the fact that Sam Wilson is a good Sam Wilson. I think that this movie kind of showed in a messed up way, like, he's a really good character. He could do a lot of great things, but with how the movie positions him, I truthfully cannot see him leading the Avengers after this movie. I can't, bro.
Red Hulk thing and how they resolve that entire thing, like, where do you even take that? Because that resolution in itself is like what's kind of fucked, because that, like, the Red Hulk fight was easily like the best part of the movie.
Right.
We'll call a spade a spade. Like,
and it just sucks because that whole sequence, like the majority of the sequence of the Red Hulk fight, was in the trailers, and I wish
they showed.
I wish it wasn't.
Dude.
They showed me everything, and it was just annoying because, like, in the movie. And I think the movie did it really well. In the movie, they're like setting it up and they're doing a really good job. Like that last couple of minutes before he actually comes out is super like, oh my God, like this is super cool. But then if you're turning your brain off and you're not thinking about like the events leading up to the movie, it is a cool reveal. But you know, like I went into the movie, you know, I've been seeing the trailers all over TikTok, all over everything. So it's just like I keep getting reminded like he's there instead of me like having that moment of really good suspense, like a really good payoff, because the movie does a great job of teasing it. Yeah, if you know the character, if you know who Thunderbolt Ross is from the comics, you know that he's going to be the Red Hulk. But if you're going into this blind and you're just like trying to really suspend the animation and go into this like, okay, like this spy espionage Captain America Winter Soldier-esque movie, and you go into it and you're like, oh, like what's happening with him, like what's going on, like it's really good teases, like they're doing a really good job in that direction. But if you've seen the trailers, it didn't matter, because you know at one point or another Harrison Ford is going to become big Harrison Ford, and that's it. Like they don't do anything to help you.
They really went like the safe routes resolving it, because I think like they could have pulled like an Infinity War type of thing. Like if we're gonna get right into talking about like the Red Hulk, they straight up just had Sam Wilson talking him down. That's basically what happened. Like this crazy ass fight was like, the fight was killer. The way that like Red Hulk is straight up just leveling the fucking White House, bro. Sam's like, oh, I gotta distract them, I'm flying away now. And then Red Hulk just super jumps, boom, like just goes like straight into the fucking air. Like that shit was epic, dude. And the entire fight, the fucking rose blossoms farms or whatever, the trees. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool, like, visual and everything. But, like, what I think should have happened, Red Hulk just beats the fuck out of Sam Wilson. And that's, like,
absolutely
basically what he did. And he could have escaped. He could have gotten out of that fight within an inch of his life. And then, like, Red Hulk just, like, fucking jumps away. And it's just like, let's fucking keep fucking shit up.
Genuinely speaking, Sam having to hit the, hey, big guy, sun's getting real low on Red Hulk was a little bit annoying. Not because it didn't serve a purpose, but, like, we rehashed so much ideas and plot points of older Marvel movies, more so Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the spy espionage shit, using stuff like that. It was a little bit annoying. Red Hulk being captured was also a little bit much to me, just because I really feel like Marvel has a problem with villains and not really utilizing them. Granted, we are 2 movies away from the first Avengers movie we've had in what, like 6 years, so I kind of get it. Like, they're trying to do stuff in the vein of, like, you know, we're giving you this story, but we are gonna have to move on. Sorry. I really wish that Marvel would kind of leave villains more open-ended than what they have been. They do it with the majority of their villains. They either get captured or killed. And, you know, right now, I don't really think there is any, like, true Marvel villains that we've had in the past couple years that are currently still alive. I think the one that comes to mind the most is Zemo from Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and he's in the raft, if I'm not mistaken. So right now you have Zemo, the leader, and Red Hulk chilling in the raft. Don't know when that's gonna get done or dealt with, but they're there. Also, like, what are we doing here with the leader? What was the leader's point in all this? Like, he is supposed to be super smart. This man is, like, using the time stone, but it's not the time stone, it's his mind, you know, looking at all these possibilities. You didn't think, if you know what's going on in the world, you didn't think one of these guys was gonna kind of step in, like, hey, there's some fuck shit going on right now. Like, you didn't think about Captain America, the only, like, Avenger that's really around. Well, not even Avenger, but the only really active hero that we have right now. There's only, like, maybe like 5 or 6 active heroes right now going on. So you didn't think one of them was going to be like, hey.
Where's Jesus getting on?
I don't know. That's your boy. You better talk to him.
I'm taking a heavy shit right now.
You taking a heavy shit? Awesome. Matt, leave that in, please. I think this is the first Marvel movie that you have to do homework in. You have to watch Incredible Hulk. You have to watch Eternals. You have to watch Captain America and the Winter Soldier. If you don't, you played yourself. I'm sorry, because you're not going to know about anything. If you watch strictly the movies only and you're like, you've been skipping around because Phase 4 hasn't been the best, which I don't blame y'all, it's gonna be rough for you.
I've seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and there's a Bucky Barnes cameo. I totally forgot bro was like a fucking senator, bro. Like, it's like he's like all dressed up and stuff. I have a gripe with that scene in particular too, just because, like, it's
me too.
It's so serious, you know. He's like looking on into the surgery room of Joaquin Torres. He gets fucked up after this big battle at Celestial Island, and he's getting a surgery. Everything's super tense, you know. He's wondering if his sidekick's gonna be okay, and Sebastian Stan comes through and he's doing the cameo, and he gives him this like really like good speech and everything, and then just cut and it's all like fun and games. It's just like, damn it.
Yeah,
Marvel, can we please get past this? Like I'm not on the train of like, oh, I hate Marvel quips and stuff like that. They can be funny when they choose to be at a good time, but that was not the time, bro. So,
no,
like, I don't know why they're cool with just like pulling you out of like these intense moments, and it just kills these movies for me sometimes.
The Bucky scene left more to be desired for me. I think that Bucky should have been given like at least another minute to like really hammer home like where we are standing with what's going on in the MCU. Just because the last time we see Bucky is at the end of Captain America and the Winter Soldier. In the movie, it's a 2-year time jump from the show to the movie. So within those 2 years, he's running for Congress, and it's only used as a throwaway line from a new character. I don't know why she's there, but she is funny as fuck.
You're talking about
the new Black Widow, Sabra or something. Sabra. I think it was Sabra, or I think that they could have done something more. I really do like Bucky's scene. I think that the comedy bit was a little bit over the top, because Marvel does have a problem with comedy.
I understand they have a chemistry too, where other. Like they don't have a super standoffish attitude towards each other. Like they're bros.
Yeah, but that was really good. Like I think that little kind of levity in the situation of like Sam having these doubts again about being Captain America, which is a pet peeve of mine. I like the speech, but I don't like the content of what Sam was talking about because I feel like it's just a rehashing again. Like we did all this already. I feel like we resolved it in Captain America and the Winter Soldier, and then now we're back to I shouldn't have gotten the shield. But I think Bucky just needed a little bit more time. I think that they needed to give him some more breathing room if he was going to actually show up, just because now we're going from this Sam Wilson led movie to a movie where Bucky will be not the center of attention, because I really do feel like Yelena is going to be the main where the main focus is going to be in Thunderbolts, but Bucky's going to be in that movie. And I really feel like if you're going to kind of have this character or you're going to tee up Bucky, you got to kind of give us more, especially right now, because I feel like the MCU is super divided right now, that there isn't a connective story like it used to be with the earlier phases, where even if the characters aren't like, you know, Spider-Man wasn't calling up an Avenger in every movie. I mean, Iron Man kind of, but not the point. But you know, there was some connective tissue, there was a story going through it. So I feel like to stop kind of have this movie be isolated but also kind of tying up loose ends from previous movies, I feel like you could have just used the little bit of time that you had with Sebastian Stan to be like, hey, I'm running for Congress, I'm gonna try and do something outside of killing people. I feel like now is a better time than any to do something. Instead, just the throwaway line, he leaves, we'll see you again in a couple months when Thunderbolts come out. And I just felt like he was underutilized. Speaking of underutilized, new Black Widow. New Black Widow. What the fuck are we doing, bro? How many of these bitches is running around? I feel like this is how Star Wars handles Order 66. We said a lot of these Jedi got killed, but we're making new stories about these Jedi that all survived. Like, where are all the Black Widows? Did all of them die? This bitch is in our government. What the hell are you doing, bro? How did she get here?
Yeah,
Ross yelling at Sam about homegirl.
I didn't even know that until after the fact that this was supposed to be like a comic tied character. I thought that this was just somebody new, and that like in the middle of the movie they were just like, oh yeah, guess what? She's part of that whole Black Widow thing. And I was like, all right, we're rocking with this. I mean, she was doing some hella karate there in the beginning, so
she did fuck shit up. I think she did a really good job, but she's just there. I feel like they had to give a character some type of dirty laundry-esque task, and I guess it was her. I would have preferred the army guy that Sam was hanging out with toward the mid-end of the movie. I would have preferred seeing more of him than her.
Because that's another one I didn't know until after the fact. That was Demolition Man.
And then you killed him. You gave homeboy a heart attack.
He got killed by the Discord mod. If we could shit on Sam,
which was disgusting.
Major Discord mod energy. I think like him walking around with like the fedora, just like how he's built, or like how they made him look, regardless, he just looks so silly to me, bro. Like I know he's supposed to be like this,
should
like,
not have been it,
like brains over brawn type of character, but even that's not convincing to me, because I hate when movies do the thing where like, oh, I know what's gonna happen before it happens, because like obviously when that villain gets foiled, it's because something happened that they didn't account for, and that's just instantly like what ruins it for me. And it almost gets like fucked before like the end of the movie even hits. Like this guy stays getting foiled.
Yeah, no, like, the entire movie. And that's so it was annoying because he kept harping on it. Like he kept making it a point like
after.
You messed up my plans.
That's what I wish this movie did better too. If we're going the same like Red Hulk wins directions, make Samuel Stearns win too, bro. Because if we're really gonna stay like connected to that narrative, let's make it so that like we stay on this espionage thing. We make Sam Wilson feel like he's winning, feel like he's getting closer and closer to whatever is going on. But really, fucking Samuel Stearns pulls back another layer. He's like, I really got this going on. Which they kind of did like right in the beginning, but I think they should have went like further with that. They can't be giving these villains these significant traits if they're not like stay solid on that.
I think it just adds more to the point that I was making about it should have been a Hulk movie, more so because like there's these characters that you say you're so smart, and then when you get messed up in the movie, it just kind of takes you out of it, because it's like, well, you're supposed to be super smart, you're supposed to plan all this, and then this one person that you swear you accounted for, or you weren't paying attention to, comes and ruins your whole thing. I think it would have been like really good to have like him be like the smartest one in the room, and then you just kind of pin these characters against each other that have some type of a stronger history than what Sam does. I feel like Sam alluding more to like the stuff with him and Steve and Nat in between Civil War and Infinity War was nice, but like I feel like it's not enough when you have characters like the Hulk that have this really rich history with not only Red Hulk but the leader, and you're putting him here to just kind of be this like weird mustachioed twisting villain, like, haha, you see, like this was my plan all along, and then he just gets fucked up in the end. Like he did all that, and it just feels like it was worthless. Speaking of worthless, Giancarlo Esposito.
Listen,
they washed Gus,
his
bro.
Performance was like better than the character that they put him up to be. He really made my boy Sidewinder seem as menacing as he like possibly could. Like he seemed like more of a threat to me than Stearns, bro. He's about to pop Sam Wilson in the face, and he's like monologuing and shit. I'm like, damn, I'm kind of scared, dude. I don't know. That's more of a testament to Giancarlo Esposito as an actor.
Truthfully, I think just washing the entire Serpent Society was just like a big mistake. And I get, the reshoots. I truthfully don't know how much the script was affected by the reshoots. I could tell you the film was, because there's plenty of scenes specifically with Sam talking to these villains where you can clearly see that Sam is not talking to these people IRL, like he's acting against either nobody or somebody on the other side of the camera, and it wasn't Giancarlo Esposito or the leader in either one of those scenes. That green screen and blue screen was trying to work overtime, and it did not help anybody.
That includes in the Red Hulk fight scene. I could tell like you could just tell like the lighting was just like off. What I heard was that they straight up changed like the entire movie, like the entire story, like it endured like an entire rewrite pretty much. I mean, if you look at the casting, there's like a whole WWE wrestler in there, like Seth Rollins, big WWE wrestler. He's not even in the movie.
I get it, but I don't. You know what I mean? Like it's one of those things where it's like, okay, you think you have another movie, the script can work a little better, but you're putting this character in a position where you're just kind of ruining this experience of, you want him to be the new Captain America, you want people to see him as the new Captain America, but you're putting him up. He shouldn't have any business fighting the Red Hulk. You also have these characters that should have been more prominent, or like something that makes it more believable, like, okay, this could be something a little bit more in a first outing range. Because truthfully, the Serpent Society aren't Sam Wilson Captain America's villains. They're Steve Rogers Captain America villains. The Hulk or Red Hulk and the leader are Hulk villains. So you're putting a character in the middle of it that has no ties to any of these people, and you're just expecting it to work, and it kind of just fucks up the experience, not only for me, but like watching somebody who's trying to make this movie work, not having it work for him.
It should have been a film where Sam Wilson was in over his head a bit, because I think even like putting up Steve Rogers villains up against him, they could have just done something with that. Because even like Sam Wilson had his doubts in the movie where he's like, damn, I should have taken that superhero serum, the super soldier serum.
Yeah, that was a really good joke.
All right, so we talked about the movie a bit. What do we rate this movie out of 10?
Okay, this movie was a 6.5 out of 10 for me.
It's probably the same for me, honestly. Yeah, I'd give it a 6 out of 10. Maybe a light 5 on a bad day.
And that is my review of Captain America: Brave New World. It's not the worst movie, but it definitely should have been a lot better, especially for the first outing of our new Captain America. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please like, subscribe, follow for more. I'll be posting a lot more videos in the upcoming weeks, so look forward to that. Special thank you to my friends and to producer Matt for helping with this video. He'll link all his socials and stuff. He has his own YouTube channel. So yeah, talk to you guys soon. Bye!